Shalom Israel. I want to give all praises, honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the elect. Shalom to your brothers pushing, man. And constantly pushing more and more into the great and terrible day. Okay? I want to get into a lesson, which really was sparked by the brother JMS Vegas sit-downs. He was going into now's the time, to get more bold, and less cowardly, man. To lose that fleshly heart. Okay? Like the scriptures say, you got to show yourselves men. Okay? You got to show yourselves men. Because now is the time when we coming out of America, otherwise known as Egypt. Alright? And it's gonna look scary, man. It's gonna seem like there's no way out. Just like in the ancient times of Egypt, man. Alright? But just like when the Lord took us out of old Egypt, alright, he lifted up a standard, He lifted up a standard, man. When it was looking like it was no way out, the Most High lifted up a standard. Alright? And really he was lifting up a standard through Moses. Alright? Through his man of the Lord the whole time, man. Alright? But now he's going to make it plain, man. He's going to make it plain. Just like in ancient Egypt, he made it plain. Alright? When he set a separation between the Israelites and the Egyptians, in the midst of the Red Sea. He put a chariot down. It's going to be the same way, man. And it's really, goes to, all those who, get nervous or scared. And for the Fallout boys, man. Because you might as well have stayed. We're going to go back into, you going, by falling out, you feel like you're going back into safety, man. So this is Exodus chapter 14, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pahal Heroth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal Zephon, before it shall ye camp by the sea. Okay. Now let's real quick before I continue. I got this map here just to give brothers a little depiction. You see over here by the Red Sea. Alright, you have Migdol and Piharoth. Piharoth. And the only the only way they can go is forward, man. You can't go back because that's where the enemy is, man. So really it looks like they're in a no-win situation. Alright, and it's gonna look like that, in these last days, man. It's gonna look like we're in a no-win situation. Alright. So let's read on. Reading on, it says, verse 3. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land, the wilderness have shut them in. So even Pharaoh seen that they was somewhat in a no-win situation. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am Yahweh, and they did so. Okay? So here it is, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, alright, is still pursuing after the Israelites, even after all the miracles that the Most High was showing that he was dealing with them. Just like today, man. Esau is still pursuing after us, even though after all the miracles Yahweh was showing and showing that he's dealing with us, man. We got the name. We got our identity back. Alright, and we speaking boldly. Alright, we out there speaking boldly. This is all signs that show you how Yahweh Shai is dealing with us. Brothers waking up throughout all four corners of the earth that we have not even met, singing the same song, man. Praising Yahweh Shai, lifting up his word. going out there and camping, all right, and rebuking the enemy. Okay, these are all signs, all right. As far as physical signs, like chariot sightings, various blood moons throughout in 1 year. The RFID chip coming out. So the Most High has always been showing signs that He was dealing, man. But Esau Edom, which is a modern day Pharaoh, he still feels like, the Lord's not with us, but really he still has his heart hardened, Salakia. So this is Exodus 14:4, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am Yahweh, and they did so. So just like then, the Most High is going to have Esau come after us, so he can once again, put honor to his name. All right, so they can once again fear the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people, and they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariots and took his people with him. He took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt, and captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel, and the children of Israel went out with an high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them, and camping by the sea, beside Pahah Hiroth, before Baal Zephon. Okay? And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto Yahweh, save us, save us. They got nervous, they got scared, man. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Faithless Israelites, man. Faithless Israelites. Here it is, the Most High has commanded you to leave your oppressor. He basically commanded you to believe in him. Okay? He commanded you to believe in him, man. And that's really what we're coming into, man. We're coming into the time to where it's not going to be no food to eat. There's not going to be no food readily available to eat. Okay? There's not going to be no security. No, you're not able to, go to sleep in your bed, your warm bed. Take a hot shower every morning. All right? But the Most High is pushing us to lean more on him. King David said, I have been old and I have been young, but I have never seen the righteous forsaken or begging of bread. Okay? So it says, and when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? And for the flesh, that's going to be the first instinct to be nervous. But we have to immediately pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that he save us. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still. Okay? A man of the Lord. All right? Which this is the man that the Most High was dealing with. The scriptures say that the Most High, spake unto him plainly and not in parables. So it says, and Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of Yahweh, which he will shew to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Okay? And that's the spirit our apostles and elders is coming, is coming in today. As well as us, the men of the Lord, the prophets of the Lord. We telling people, look, hold your peace, you know what I'm saying? Remain spiritual, for the Lord is going to fight for you. All right? Even though Esau, coming down, because they have but a short time, putting us on Fox News and CNN, demonizing us. We telling Jake to what? Hold your peace, man. Remain spiritual. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to fight for you. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift up thy rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry land through the midst of the sea. So this goes to show that what, too? That no matter what you're going through, you still got to keep moving forward. Because the Most High has commanded you to do his work. He has commanded you to what? To, lead the people, you know what I'm saying? Right now, what is the elect out of Egypt. Okay? But lift thou up thy rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry land through the midst of the sea. And really in your minds, like, you should really be thinking, like, which Lord willing, I'm gonna name this video why back out now, or something to that extent. Because there's no way out. You might as well continue to go forward. If you go backwards, you're gonna be destroyed. All right? If you go backwards, you go back into Egypt, it proves that you don't have any faith, man. Which the scripture saying in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, woe unto him that is a fearful heart. Let me just grab it. I always do that. So this is Sirach 2:14. 2:12, I'm gonna start it actually. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinners that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? Okay? Hey, so you gotta believe even when in the flesh, it might seem like, within the flesh, it might seem scary. That's why the scriptures say, be not afraid of sudden fear. When you really think about it, it's like, what? Well, how is that even possible? Through the Spirit of the Lord. Okay? So this is Exodus, back at Exodus 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift up thy rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry land through the midst of the sea. And I behold, and I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, and upon all his chariots, upon all his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahweh, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of the Lord, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their faces and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. Okay? So you had a chariot in the midst of the Red Sea, behind Israel and in front of the Egyptians. Because remember, the Egyptians was on the Egyptians was on our ass, man. You know, they was on our ass, man. You know, and if they caught us, hey, you know they was gonna put us to death. Okay, but that's why the scriptures say. Let me see. I think it's in First Peter's. First Peter's 4. 4 and 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, was going to show you that we're gonna be saved by, you know, like they say in the world, the skin of your teeth. You know, to where you're gonna be tested. Hey, that shows too that you're gonna be tested up until the very end, man. You know, up until you get to the other side, you know, or up until you get delivered, Salakia, you know, up into them chariots, you're gonna be tested, man. So it says, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing, as unto a faithful creator. You know, so knowing these things, all right, you want to keep your you know, hey, like the brother said, you know, on the brother Shar, you want to keep your boots strapped up, man. Basically means you want to be ready to go. All right, you want to be ready to go, like in the military. You know, you sleep right with your boots next to your bed. All right, and your you know, and your army gear next to you. All right, when it's time to go, it's time to go. Okay, so let's go back to Exodus 14. And what was 20. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and there was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and Yahweh caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. You know, miracles, man. This has never happened before. You know, this has never happened before, man. You know, so the Most High, hey, he was showing his miracles, and like I said before, lifting up a standard. You know, because we're gonna be tested until the very end, but this also proves that the Most High he's gonna show himself to you until the very end, man. That he was dealing with you. You know, peradventure you be of the elect. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea. It's like what was I? Okay, 23. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, the Lord looked unto the hosts of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the hosts of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. Okay, so the Most High, he's going to make everything right for us. All right, and he's going to disappoint, like the scriptures say in Psalms 10th chapter, he's going to disappoint the devices of the crafty. You know, he's going to disappoint the devices of the crafty. You know, it also speaks about how the things that they desire against us, the Most High is going to put it on them, man. You know, they desire to swallow us up whole, and the Most High swallowed them up whole. You know, let me see. think it's in Psalms, the 10th chapter. Well, I thought it was in Psalms 10, but it's another one in I think Job 5, where it says Job 5 and 12, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. You know? Alright? And the Most High is going to give us what? Spiritual powers, man. You know? To where that was really spiritual powers, man. To where Moses cast his rod amongst the sea and split the sea. You know? Who knows, man? You probably, look at Esau, you know what I'm saying, and make it to where you probably look at Esau in them last days or whatever, and make it to where he's flying, man. Flying across the room, or you making him paralyzed like on some man, what's that? Got that movie with Lucy, like on Lucy, man. Hey, that's gonna happen, man. The Most I said he's gonna turn some of us into hunters. We were fishers, but he's gonna turn us into hunters, man. And he's gonna do to the heathen. He's gonna use us to execute vengeance unto the heathen, man. So we just gotta believe, man, and let the Most High do what he do. All right, because the Most High will lift up the standard. And I just wanted to bring that out in Exodus 14. Just as an exhortation. Just as an exhortation, and stay strong, Akim. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you Akim will edify, and shalom to the elect.